Mississippi Survivor here. Good morning to you people. I'm blessed and highly favored. And a lot of you are as well, just don't realize it. But I had something on the mind, which I always got something going on up there. The thing that I have on my mind is we prep and put things back and store and be on point and make sure I'm good in a bad time. I want y'all to think, what if a bad time becomes a badder time? I don't understand. Mississippi Survivor, I don't understand. What if you're a bad time? Let's just say, for instance, we had a storm coming through. You survived the storm. But then the badder time came when the levee broke and flooded all your stuff unannounced. You didn't have enough time to get away for us trying to save anything. So that means your stockpile is pretty much useless. Do you have provisions in place outside of that? A safe zone, other safe zone areas where you have pretty much more than one egg basket. More than one. Where you can go to that particular place and still replenish and take care of your family. And also have a means of shelter. So the title of this video is what's your skill set? I love this video. This is going to be wonderful. So if your goods are wiped away and all you had was what you had, what did you have in provision outside of that? And you had to go. Do you have your let's get the heck out of here bag right now? These are the things I can grab quickly. Boom. You got to be out of here in 30 minutes or you're going to be overran by this flood water and you're not going to be able to get out. So what you going to do? Do you have somewhere else to go? If you don't have somewhere else to go, do you have an alternative method besides going to someone else's house? If you don't have somebody else's house, and if all the people you know are just in their town and the town is flooding out, then you're screwed again. Do you have other food somewhere else? Those are the questions that I ask. If you had to go in the woods because there wasn't anywhere else to go, because you ain't had nowhere to go. And personally, for me, I will go in the woods before I go in the shelter. I'm just saying. I will make another provision some kind of way, a park or something. I'll find another way, but it definitely wouldn't be there. That's just like going to the Superdome when they had all that situation going on and New Orleans. You know how that turned out. That wasn't good. It was a mess. So I would take my chances with my family in another setting, I would say. And being that I'm on my own. I stay by myself. I'm on my own. Then I'm like, okay, well, what would I do? What is your skill set that would allow you to make it through? Say you didn't have no food. It's because you didn't put caches or food in other places, then what would you do? That's my question. What would you do about that? Do you know how to trap? Do you know how to catch and clean whatever you catch? Do you have a second means of doing that? Do you know how to make something out of nothing to have dinner? Do you know how to take the elements around you and make shelter from the elements around you? If you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to do simple things like fish or catch animals or things of that nature or trap or whatever the case may be, you might want to try to work on having you a skill set. So I'm telling you guys all of this to say this. It could be a time where you be overran from where you are, and even your safe zone where you are is no longer safe, and it can't help you. All you gotta have something lined up at the door. I got bug out bags at my door. If I gotta go, they tell me to be out in an hour, I'll be out in 20 minutes. Because the first 10 minutes will be loading up my stuff that I already got set up. The other 10 minutes will be for, okay, what else can I grab? But I don't even want to be at that stage. I want everything right there. If I need to go, I could go. At all times in your vehicle, it should always be set up where in your vehicle you've got a majority of all of the things that you need in that vehicle. I would have it in there permanently, except things that will provide or need like temperature control or something of that nature. If it didn't need to be temperature control or anything like that, you keep that stuff inside and pull it out there at that time. But the stuff that don't need to be temperature controlled, I have all that stuff already in my vehicle for emergency purposes. You may get caught. Okay, I'm gonna give you another one. You may get caught out somewhere, and you trying to get to the safe zone, and you can't get there. I mean, simple things like, I'm gonna tell you another one. You may be out, or you had to tell you to be out in an hour out of the place that you're in. And you kind of get to the other safe zone. You got a whole other safe zone with more cachet. And what if you can't get there because the traffic is so ridiculous? What are you going to do in between that time until you can get to that safe place? What are you going to do? I hope you don't think you're going to depend on people, because we are not in that era. Because this is the selfish era I ever seen in my life. It's all about me, 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 me. What can I get me? That's what it's all about. Selfish. That's the era we're running in. Okay, I'm going to tell you, this era is so ridiculous. Till, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Say this guy gets shot. Hypothetical. But I've seen this. This is ridiculous. Say this guy gets shot, okay? Instead of the people helping him, guess what they gonna be doing? Oh, I got all this here. Oh, he got shot in the left leg. Wait a minute. Oh, I got all that right there. This going on my page this evening here. Is that part of a kidney falling out? Oh my goodness, part of a kidney is falling out right there. Oh, I got it. Yeah, don't lose none of the footage now. Make sure you get everything now. I got it. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we gonna post this here and see if we get viral. of somebody else's demise. So I'm gonna say this, and somebody ain't gonna like what I say. I really don't care because I'm paying my own bills. I care less. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Um, I think that whoever's on the phone should get their ass off the phone and go help the person in need. Put your phone down and go help the person instead of trying to video the damn person. Put your phone down and go help that person in need. That is the most ridiculous and most selfish thing I've ever seen. And that's why I say this whole little error that's going on is stupid. Because the stuff they do makes zero to none sense to me whatsoever. I could get all the way in a tangent on that, but I'm going to take it back. I'm going to give you a list of some things that will be prominent to have in your vehicle at all times. First of all, I would think about the vehicle because the vehicle is taking care of us, getting us where we need to go. So we got to take care of the vehicle as well and make sure we have the basic necessity of a vehicle. First thing that I'm going to say and I recommend is a 12-volt air pump for your car. Don't get that one that costs $7 that's so cheap it's going to fall apart. Don't do that. Go ahead and spend a little bit of money, 40, $50, and get you a decent one that's going to last. That's what I do. Get you one of those, and not only did I do that, I get you one that will also, it has a two-way, it has a 12-volt, and it will plug into a power station. The importance of plugging into the power station for me is that if the battery is dead and it can't charge or do the time, then hey, now what you gonna do? You need that. You gotta have some auxiliary power. Also have you a jump pack. That the one that I want to invest in, that I'm working on, another one, I got a couple of them, but this particular one that I want to invest in has it doesn't have batteries in it. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. It uses capacitor. So you can plug up to whatever power or juice that's left in your battery. It's weird. But it will charge up that capacitor, and that capacitor will bust your car right off and start it to run. I thought that was very neat. That was a very neat design or invention that they came up with. I like it, which I know about capacitors and things all the time. I just didn't think about it to that level, but I've seen they take capacitors. I tested it, and it's true, it works. I thought it was BS at first, but I've seen them take soup caps and put them together and make a battery out of super caps and run their car off of it, and it will work. It does work. Will work. You don't know things unless you try. Another thing you should have, just for backup, you should have jumper cables in your vehicle for backup. Jumper cables in your car for backup. Have the patch kit. You can go to any of the big box stores and get the patch kit. It's got a whole bunch of patches in it. Probably cost you about $5 or $6 for a whole bunch of plugs, not patches, because never did no patching out there like that. Plug kits. Also get you a nice little pair of pliers, because whatever's stuck in there, you might not be able to get it out with the tools that come in the kit. Get you a plug kit. It's got the little thing where you clean the hole out real good, and then it's got the other one to put the plug down in it. But say you got something in it that's stuck in there and you just can't get it out, so you're gonna need that. Keep a small bottle, yay big, and get them for $1 at the dollar store. Keep some dish liquid water, mix in that way you can spray your tires. If you can't see it, you can spray your tires, air it up, spray the tires, and you can see what the hole is on your vehicle. This is, I would just say, if it was a little bit further back in my era, I would say it's just for, this is more or less for women, but it's not, because this is not the same era. So I would say this is for both. If you're not doing that, that's something you should do. Some dry foods and goods like that in the car, something like that you can put on the side in a separate bag, and don't put your food in the same bag with the tools. People do weird stuff. Just saying, don't do that. Another thing, you ought to have regular jumper cables. If I haven't said that, regular jumper cables. You need to have that as well for a backup. You always have a backup and a second alternative. If something else fails, you got a backup plan to go with that backup. Have another one. Never have one way to do something. Always have another backup way to get it done. Um, Another thing, always keep a first aid kit in the car. Never know you're gonna hurt yourself. You might hurt yourself while you're trying to change tires and things of that nature. Small bottle, 90 or 70% alcohol will be another good thing to have in your car. I keep 2 heated blankets in my vehicle at all times. 12 volt and 120 volt. Now, if you don't want to use up a bunch of your power unnecessarily, if it's like, man, if it's during the day, it's fine, because you're gonna have your solar or whatever. If you got like foldable solar panel, that'll be something good to invest in. You know what I mean? Invest in you some good solar panels that you can take with you, or that'll charge your power station back up. Get you a power station, plug up to it. I got one in here now. I keep a power station with me at all times. That'll be something good for you to have. Regular blanket. You can go right over the dirt cheap for $5 and get you a nice queen size blanket for $5 rolled up in plastic. Keep it in the car. Never know you're gonna need it. Somebody have one that's cold, and that's when your cars love to act stupid. Oh, it ain't gonna do it while the sun is up and it's nice and hot, as you can do what you gotta do. Oh no, we're gonna wait till it's 32 degrees and it's dark. Now we're gonna go out. Like, really? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, that kind of thing will happen to you. Um, any foods of your choice that will not be, that wouldn't need to be temperature controlled, like I say. Have a snack in there. You don't never know if you're gonna have with you in the car, have with the kids in the car, and the kids don't give a flip about what time it is, what's going on, how much trouble. They don't care nothing about that. Kids are kids. They're going to want to continue to play. They're going to want to have something to eat. They're going to want to be entertained. I don't know if these kids got worse when it comes to this entertainment thing, though. Because they just, ooh. I'm like, man, you just like, when you get in the car, you just expect entertainment. Take me here, take me there. I'm like, look, sit down. I already did all that. I'm not going to do this every time I see you. How about going over some of these spelling words, try to make some entertainment out of that. But depending on the age, you just gonna have to shut up and provide that entertainment, because they don't understand. You gotta have a way of taking care of them too. So that's something you definitely gonna have to do. There's so many other little things. Those are some of the major ones that I would like to tell you that you need to have. Make sure you got some identification so folk can identify you and stuff like that. You got to make sure you have all that. Some important paperwork, social security card, birth certificate, stuff like that. You need to have that stuff where you can grab it on the fly and roll. You ain't got time to go look for it. And you can't apply. What you going to do? Go apply for it? Then a star by the time you do that. It's just thinking, because you don't know how long that'll last. Then you might go somewhere else and get a job, because you can't get no job in your town because it's flooded. So you got to think about all that. You got to be smart. So again, I say, what's your skill set? If you don't have a skill set, If you don't know some of these basic things that I'm telling you, you need to learn them, and you need to learn them fast. Again, there's a lot of foolishness going on. Big house, all the way around to where we are. So you might want to be wary of that and what we put in our body and all that. Our body's designed to do a certain thing, not all this extra foolishness that's being put in our bodies. So my advice is you, if you do not have a skill set, learn you one quickly. I gotta go. Mississippi Survivor, and I'm gonna let you guys get on out of here, and I'll get back with you guys a little bit later. Love you, Mississippi Survivor. I'm out. Get that skill set. Prep, pray, be vigilant, be prepared. I love you. I'm out.